Last year I was a freshman at USC and I decided not to go back. So I wanted to just give my advice and just talk about why I decided not to return back to USC. So I wanted to give some like pros and cons on the school, because I mean, I've seen like a bunch of these videos out there, but I just wanted to give my advice and like talk about some things that I've seen that not many people really talk about. Yeah, and just tell you guys about how my experience was going there. At the end, I'll tell you why I'm not returning and what I've been doing this whole year. Okay, so I'm gonna give my pros first and then I'll do my cons second. I've made a list on my computer. First of all, pros. Okay, so USC is like a huge school. By the way, the USC I'm talking about is University of South Carolina. I know there's two USCs. There's like confusion on some of it and stuff. People are like saying that University of South Carolina is like the original USC. So they've been saying, people have started saying USC instead of U of SC. But I'm not talking about University of Southern California. Unfortunately, I did apply there last year, but they denied me. So I ended up going to this USC instead. Anyway, so yeah, the school is like huge. It's in Columbia, like it's like downtown Columbia kind of, but it's like a huge campus. It's mostly, I would say it's mostly like a college town that it's in. There is a few little like cities around it, like Cola and other things that I never ended up going to because I didn't have a car or anything. But yeah, it was a huge school. There's so many people. It really gave me the opportunity to enjoy the weekends and the days that school wasn't in session, because it was so nice on like Saturdays, like game days, where there was like barely any people there. So I was able to just walk around and just enjoy the campus without anyone there. By the way, this campus is actually really pretty. Here's some pictures I've taken of it. It honestly is so pretty. The horseshoe is so pretty. At nights, I would always FaceTime my parents and walk around campus, and I would always walk around the horseshoe, and just, it's actually a great campus to like walk around. And I did feel pretty safe there because they have like security and all that stuff. They have like these buttons all around that if there's like an emergency, you could press it and the police would come to you. Like it's a very safe campus, even though like outside of campus it's like sketchy. But like if you stay within it, you're fine. But I would definitely not feel comfortable like walking out of campus by myself. That's probably one of the parts that I don't like about USC. Okay, starting with pros. I first want to say the teachers there, the teachers that I had were actually really great. Like I loved all of them. I guess partially because I went on Rate Your Professor and I just looked at how people rated the teacher in the class, and I mostly just picked the classes that the kids said the teacher was really good. But specifically, so last year I was a theater major with a minor in film and media studies. So my class sizes were smaller, but like the general education classes that I had to take were huge. Like there were so many people there. Like one class that I had to take, which was psychology, there was like over, I don't know how many students were there, but it was huge. It was like this huge auditorium. But that teacher was super nice. Like I feel like you just need to go and like Rate Your Professor and just find a good teacher, because all the teachers I had were actually really great. Honestly, I feel like I got lucky with that. But yeah, speaking of theater, so I was a theater major. And the theater program there was like super small. Like even some people who go to that school didn't even know that they had theater there, which I guess I really liked because the class sizes were smaller. There was like 16 people in my class around that. So it was nice to like, I don't know, form like a little community with all those people, because like I had the same people in my other theater classes as I did in that class. But specifically my beginning acting teacher, and then she also did another class my second semester, voice and speech class. She honestly was my favorite. I kind of miss her honestly, because she was the nicest teacher I've probably ever had, and she's honest and just, I don't know, she truly was the best. And I loved the theater building. It's in the Booker T. Washington building, where all the theater and acting classes and all that stuff take place, and I actually honestly love that building. Okay, next, the school spirit honestly is probably the best thing about that school. Like, the spirit is crazy. Like, sometimes it can be intense for an introvert like me, but yeah, they go all out. It's crazy. It's crazy. So if you like that, there you go. The gym. They do have a gym. It's called, what is it called? The gym is called Strum. Honestly, I went to that gym so many times because I love to go there to use the treadmills and just run or walk on them. They also have like scheduled workout classes that you can sign up for, which I loved so much. I've taken a few. I've taken a yoga class like so many times. I used to go there like every Sunday first semester and take a class there. And then I've done a few Pilates and bar classes, and honestly, it's really fun. You have to pay like $30 a semester, I think, but I feel like it's worth it, honestly. But they do fill up fast because there is a lot of people there. And especially like going to the gym, you have to pick like a certain hour to go to it, because if you go at like the afternoon, like after classes are over, everyone's probably gonna be there. So you have to, well, normally what I would do is I would look up Strum on the internet, and then I'd see how busy it is. So then I'd just go off of that. Yeah, it does get busy, and especially since I was using the treadmills, there's only a select number of treadmills. So sometimes I would have to wait till someone gets off of it. And there's also a little like soccer field or something behind the gym, and there's like a sidewalk around it. And like sometimes the first semester, I think, I would go out there instead of going inside on the treadmill and just run around there. Like I said, again, the campus is actually really beautiful, especially during the springtime because all the flowers and stuff come out. And I love like the brick, the nice classic brick. Be careful, don't trip on the brick on the horseshoe, because I've done that. You're probably gonna end up doing that. I feel like it's a part of going there, especially when it's like raining. Gotta be careful walking through the horseshoe on the brick because you could slip. I've almost slipped a few times. This is another thing I miss about the school. Figgy the cat. If you know, you know. He would always, I feel like he's the school's mascot in a way, but like somewhere on campus, he would always like lay down and just chill all day long, and like people would pass him, people would pet him and say hi and everything. He's just a brightness in everyone's day. Whenever I saw him, especially at night times, like on my nightly walks, I would see him and go by and say hi and stuff. And he's very friendly. The counseling there, so I did do counseling there. I did individual counseling, and then second semester I did group counseling. I've heard mixed reviews on the counseling there. Like, I've heard that they're just not very good. They don't really help you. But honestly, I feel like I got lucky. I did, so second semester, I did a social anxiety, like counseling group, where I would go there every other week and practice not having social anxiety. I don't know, do some exposure therapy. Some other people who have like social anxiety like me would come, and we'd all like help each other and stuff, and there'd be 2 counselors there leading us. And honestly, by the end of the year, I don't know, we got to know each other, and it made me feel better about myself because I have trouble making friends and like expressing myself. But honestly, in that small of a group, I was able to let my personality out a little bit, which was nice. But it also was scary, but I feel like it helped me a lot. But individual counseling, I did for a while, and even after leaving school, I would do it online during the summer. Honestly, I had a great counselor. She's not there anymore because she was just interning there, but honestly, I loved her. She helped me a little bit, which is better than nothing. I would recommend the counseling. Better than like not doing anything, you know, dealing with the problem on your own. And it's nice to just like talk about your feelings and stuff, and just get it out in the air. You feel better, you know? The first year experience, they're like #1 for the first year experience, which I can see why. They host so many events, so many free events. They have like haunted house at Halloween, which I literally participated in. They sent out like asking people if they wanted to be a part of like the haunted house that they put on there. And I'm like, obviously, that sounds fun. So I did it, and it was actually so much fun. I literally have a video clip of me scaring people. Here, I'll put it in right here. Yeah, honestly, it was so much fun. I was there for like 3 hours doing it, and they literally just gave me a costume stuff, did my like face makeup. They assigned me to a room with this other person, and we just like figured out ways to scare people best. And it was so much fun scaring people. Yeah, there's like so many ways that you can be a part of the community there, which is what I loved. And they also have like this club fair thing that they bring out, where like all the clubs like get their own little like tables along Green Street where you could like search for a club you might like. I tried out the gymnastics club. I went there for the first day, and honestly it was so much fun. Kind of sad that I didn't continue with it because I missed doing gymnastics. Although there was a lot more people there that were like so much better skilled than I was. So much fun being in like a gym again. Like I haven't been in one in forever, and I miss gymnastics so much. I wasn't able to continue being a part of the club because I had another club at the same time as that, so I couldn't do both. The other club that I ended up doing is Delight Ministry, which is like this girls ministry group that we come together every Wednesday night and we do like these devotionals together. Because I got to learn more about God, and I just got to talk with other girls who are like in the same situation as me, kind of. Yeah. So I did that for my first and second semester. Honestly, probably the thing that kept me going through the whole year. Yeah, there's so many fun events. Also, another event that I ended up going, I was anxious about going to these events. There's so many ones. They have like movie night like every Friday or Thursday night. But I never did any of these things because I was anxious to go alone because I had no friends, and yeah, it was hard to do things alone. But I did end up going to one event. I went to Hamilton karaoke trivia event. I have a picture right here I took. We just did Hamilton trivia, and then people would go up and like sing Hamilton songs, and I wanted to go up and sing a Hamilton song, but I didn't want to do it alone, so I just sat back and watched, and honestly, it was fun. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't win, unfortunately, but it was fun just to be there and like be out. The theater productions, so I ended up working crew for one of the theater productions because it was like a credit I had to get for my theater major. Honestly, it was fun. It was in the Black Box Theater. I'd never worked crew for a show before, especially college level show. It was honestly a lot of fun to learn more about putting on a theater show. I also saw 2 theater productions there. I love seeing live theater so much. Lastly, the Thomas Cooper Library was probably my favorite place to go on campus alone, I guess. I would always go there to study, especially the 3rd floor, which is a silent floor, so you can't really talk on it. I would always go there. Well, first, so on a normal study day, which is normally Saturdays, I would go there, order some Starbucks because they have a Starbucks in there on the 1st floor. I'd get a venti lavender latte, and then sometimes I got banana bread, which is so good. Other times I'd get the like egg wrap thing, and then like towards the end of the year, I would go to Einstein bagels that they have there. Those bagels are so good. So good. I'd get like an egg sandwich bagel thing, which was delicious. And then other times I get peanut butter bagel or like cream cheese. So good. I would get those and take them with me to the library. So I would eat some of it as like a snack later. Normally either go into the study corral in the back where it's like so quiet, and you just go into this little like box room where you could there's a desk in there and a chair, and you just go in there and study for hours. And then other times I would sign up for one of the study rooms. Yeah, I love the Thomas Cooper Library. Honestly, it was probably my favorite place on campus because it was quiet and just around books, and I love books and I love libraries. But yeah, I guess the fact that it's huge is a red flag for me. Did not like that. Also, literally like the group of people, like I'm just walking and there's like a huge group of guys like coming and walking past me, and I'm like, don't look at me, don't look at me. Like it's intimidating having like a group of, even a group of girls or like guys pass. It's like, okay, especially when you're on your own. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Also, the hills, you need to get used to that. Walking up so many hills, walking so far, so much. Anyway, let's get into the cons. So large school, yeah, I didn't really like that. There's so much walking. which at times, especially when it's hot out, it's miserable. You're like, once you get to class, you're like dripping in sweat, you're sweating, your face is all red. It's like you're trying to catch your breath. But yeah, I guess that's what you got to deal with in the South. And it can get pretty cold, especially when I was there. It got freezing and I didn't have the right type of attire for cold weather. Hey, I think the cold is better than sweating hot once you get to class. The school is old. There were some buildings that I went into which is older. Some of them smelled. But that's just something you gotta deal with, I guess, with the huge campus that's been around for a while. Especially my like dorm room. So I stay in Green Quad, suite style. So there was 4 bedrooms and then I'd share a bathroom with another girl. And then my 2 other roommates would share a bathroom. And then we'd also share like a little living room area and then a kitchen, which I thought was so nice. I feel like this is probably the best way I could have done my freshman year, living arrangements. But honestly, Green Quad I feel like is the best place to stay if you don't want to spend like a bunch of money staying in Campus Village. But then I heard a lot of things happen in Campus Village and stuff. We would have fire drills all the time, but I feel like that's like a normal college thing. Like now when I feel like I hear a fire drill, it's like, or a fire alarm, like I freak out a bit because I heard a fire alarm so many times. Oh my gosh, there was this one time. So in the middle of the night, randomly, I smelled this terrible smell. I'm like, what is that smell? And it literally like woke me up. It was like, I want to say it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And I went out of my room and I like smelled around to see where the smell was coming from, and literally my roommate next door, she could smell the smell too. And like it only woke both of us up because our roommates on the other side like didn't wake up at all. So I'm guessing they didn't smell the smell. But the thing is, it was our like air conditioning, air thing, which was on our side of the dorm room, which is why we could smell it because it was like blowing into our rooms. So my roommate called the RA that was like on call, and like he came over and like he checked out to see what was going on, and he's like, okay, I'll call maintenance and stuff. But the thing is, maintenance didn't come over until that morning, so we had to deal with the smell the rest of the night. I ended up opening my window, which was nice, but like I could smell it the rest of the night and I slept horrible. But then luckily they came in the morning, they fixed it. I think it was like overworking itself and like the engine was like melting or something. I don't know, but it was not fun and I was tired that whole day. But that's the only problem we really had. Oh, and then our toilet like wouldn't flush, and they came and fixed it. So the dining halls, they have a few dining halls around campus. I actually really liked how much food choices they had there. They had like Panera Bread, Chick-fil-A, Einstein Bagels. They had a lot of food, especially dining halls too, if you have the dining plan thing. I never ate at any of the dining halls, so I can't give my thoughts on those and how the food was, because I was too anxious to go and sit by myself in the dining halls. But I did end up eating Panera Bread a few times, Chick-fil-A a few times. I forget, there's another place that was there that I would always get like a salad bowl, which was actually really good. I would get a salad bowl there like 2 or 3 times a week. And then I would also go to the Horseshoe Deli, which is honestly my favorite place. I love the Horseshoe Deli. I would get a sandwich there. So the sandwich I would normally get is gluten-free bread with lettuce, mustard, turkey, cheese. I think that's it. But honestly, it's my favorite sandwich. I would get it 2 times a week because it's like right next to one of my classes, so I would go there right after and get it and have it for dinner. But honestly, the food there is actually good, but I love all the options. Oh, and then there's like another smoothie place there that's like right next to Panera Bread that I've gotten a smoothie there a few times. They have a wide variety of like food choices, which I like. They have a lot of healthy options, which is what I try and go for. But if you're trying to get Panera Bread or Chick-fil-A every night, you're gonna be waiting for hours because those are always so busy. Like, I feel like everyone goes there. So they do it through the Grubhub app, where you go on there and like order your food. So then you just go there and pick it up, which was what I liked. But like on the app, you can see like the wait time, how long you might be waiting for your food, and it would I've waited like an hour to get Panera bread. Chick-fil-A actually doesn't take as long, but it is pretty long. But I've waited a while for Panera bread food. So let's talk about my roommates. So I found my roommates online, I think. It was just like a random selection thing, and we ended up like chatting a little bit. We made like a group chat. It was fine. I wasn't really friends with them. I feel like we didn't really match, I guess you could say. But I mean, we respected each other's spaces, which is better than not. Partially, I feel like that was my fault because I stayed in my shell. And I feel like I stayed in my room most of the time. But then again, I feel like none of us were similar. We were all like different people, run in different groups and stuff. And we would have like meetings every now and again, and we'd talk to each other on the group chat and stuff if we had problems or anything. We'd take turns cleaning the place. Normally I would like to clean the place like every Friday because I like cleaning. It's like therapeutic for me to clean. Oh, also laundry. So laundry is free, but for Green Quad, you'd have to go all the way downstairs to the first floor and bring your laundry down there to the laundry room, which sometimes the laundry would pile up for some people. So some people would leave their stuff in there longer, and then some people would take their stuff out and put it on like a table. They had an app that you could like check when your laundry's done, which was nice. But sometimes like all the washing machines would be full, so I'd have to go back upstairs and wait for one to be empty. Because there's like, I want to say there's like 6 washing machines, but there's a lot more dryers. The washing machine did turn my white socks gray. Lastly, the train is right next to Green Quad. Goes right past it. You would hear the horn all the time. Like literally all the time. Even like one night I woke up at 3 a.m. and it was going off. It was kind of annoying at first, but honestly it wasn't that bad. Also, if you're living in Green Quad, especially Green Quad C, the band practices over there in the field, like next to it, across the street. So you would hear the band practice every time. Now I'm going to talk about why I decided not to come back this year. So this year I would have gone back for my sophomore year of college. I was like looking at my schedule for this year that I had already planned out last year with my guidance counselor. And I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't really want to do any of these classes. Even the theater classes, like I had to do like theater history, something like that. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. Like I don't want to take these classes. So why should I take them if I'm not going to like them? Like I don't want to waste the money for taking classes that I don't like. So I kind of wish that there's like a specific film major there. I mean, they do have a few film classes there. I think they have like acting for camera, but it's not huge. Oh, also, I got the opportunity to meet Drew Starkey. I mean, I didn't really meet him, but like he was a part of this documentary. He was like a part of this documentary that his friends were creating or something, and they like came by to like talk about it and stuff. So obviously I came to the meeting because I love Outer Banks. So I went there and there he was. But honestly, he's the nicest person ever. He was so nice. Sadly, I didn't like talk to him face to face. Obviously I was too shy. It was nice to be in the same room as a successful actor. But this past year, I decided not to go back to USC. I just wanted to recenter my life, you know, and not like, I feel like that's what everyone needs to do is like after high school, take a year off to figure out your life and stuff. Because how are you supposed to like just go all the way up till you're 21 and then you like get planted into a job that you're in for the rest of your life until you retire? Like I don't want to live that way. Honestly, I feel like it's depressing. I want to enjoy this life and experience it and stuff, and I don't know, travel. This past year has been, honestly, I don't regret not going back to college this year. I've learned so much about myself and about what I want and not what I feel like other people want me to do. Because I feel like partially why I went to USC was because family wanted me to go, and also my brother goes there. So I feel like that was the only choice I was able to take. I really wanted to go to this other school last year. I got accepted into it, but it was too expensive. So I decided on USC, which I don't regret going because it honestly made me grow so much. And the change was huge. Like, it was so scary going there. by myself. It was a struggle for a bit. Honestly, it made me grow so much. It was a good life lesson, I feel like. This year, I took a gap year. Mostly my goal for this year was to figure out the career I wanted to take, maybe figure out what I wanted to major in, and find the college that was right for me. I wanted to work, make money. I wanted to get a car because I did not have a car. I don't know, and I guess I just wanted to learn more about myself, spend time with my family, post on YouTube, read books, all the stuff. So far, I have been working at this pet resort, which I've honestly loved so much. It's taught me so many things about dogs, and just honestly, I would have to say it's my favorite job I've ever had so far. I also ended up buying a car, which is crazy to say. Like, I have my own car now. It's not my dream car, but it's a car, and actually it's starting to grow on me. It's older. I've figured things about myself that I didn't know. I've grown a lot, and I don't know, I guess I've learned more about this life. I'm just grateful for this time that I've taken. I mean, I have struggled a lot this year, especially. Like, some days I'm like, I feel like I'm wasting the days away, just like I have no energy to do anything, so I'm just like laying in my bed all day, which is not good. But I'm glad I've had more time to post on YouTube, which is so much fun, because now I'm starting to feel like this is what I want to do with my life. Like, honestly, my dream right now is to post on YouTube and travel the world. Like, I want to travel the world so badly. Like, especially go to England or Edinburgh. I want to go there so badly. Like, I just want to travel the world and see this world, because I feel like I'm just stuck here. Like, I've never even left the US before. But I have a passport. All that's stopping me is money and my brain. But my heart and my soul is like telling me to go. Also, this year I've come to like trust in God too. I started this devotional, like, I want to say like a few months ago. I picked this up at Target, The Joy of the In-Between, which is literally what I'm in right now. I'm in the in-between. I've been in a waiting season, and I don't know, I just feel in my heart that the waiting season's almost over and something amazing's gonna happen, and I'm gonna go somewhere. Either it's going back to college, which I have some ideas of where I want to go to college, or it's like moving somewhere and just living there and working. Honestly, I just need to leave this house because I feel like I can't grow as much here anymore. I mean, I love living with my family. I love this island that I live on. I need to like live by myself and find what I want on my own. Anyway, yeah, it's all that's been happening in my life. So hopefully I'll figure out what I'm doing next year. But my goal is to definitely leave, move out. Whether it's going back to college, or I might move to Florida. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm called to go there some reason. I was born in Florida, but I only lived there for like a few months after I was born, and then we moved to Ohio. I'll just see where God takes me next, I guess. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know maybe some college ideas. I definitely want to go to a smaller college. So I'm thinking about doing a business major and maybe something to do with like acting and film, because I don't want to not do that because I still love acting. But I'm thinking about like getting like a business major, maybe minor, like entrepreneur, because I do have a dream about opening a bookstore one day, or maybe even owning my own business. I don't know. And subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!